Hello, 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 and welcome to Prog Reborn. My name is M. Kosler. This is my progression style playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. If you don't know what that means, a progression style playthrough, you can always check out the link in the description below. As well, if you happen to be in the live chat, you can type in !intro. Get that same link. You would like to know the next time that I go live, watching the VOD, or if you're just jumping in for the first time, you got a couple options. You can obviously subscribe to the channel, get those go live notifications directly, or you can join the community Discord, !Discord. It's you that link as well. There is another link in the video description below the channel. Last but not least, this is not my first time playing through the game. This is a reaction style playthrough. My main is up to date with patch 6.55, the latest MSQ patch that we have. So if you're worried about any sort of spoilers, things that we already would know, Dawn Trail spoilers, anything, I may or may not, with or without warning, make reference to any information that is in the game. So if you are worried at all about any sort of spoilers between now and Dawn Trail, then this is your opportunity to get out now. So yesterday we did turn 3 and 4, as well as continue on our grind for our gathering jobs. We reached level 50 with our botanist. We actually got to level 52 with our botanist. And so we're working on Fisher and Miner. We haven't finished the botanist quest because we have to be at our home server, and I found it better to go to an Aether data center server to try and get these coils of Bahamut clears. Speaking of, we need to do turn 5, so let's go ahead and start with that. First, let's make sure that I don't have anything. Oop, let it ring. Perfect. Cool. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, somebody's already doing a turn 5. Let's go ahead and join that party. It just says duty completion, so let's go ahead and join on up. Then, while we are waiting, let's go ahead and so I think this is in, yeah, that's, I can't even get to that. So we need raw malachite. This is in dry bone. Switch over there. Head over to dry bone to get this malachite. I don't know where the pond mussel is. I'll have to look that one up. Looks like this party's been in queue for 45 minutes, so doesn't look great for our prospects here. This one does disband after the after this queue goes up. I'll probably create another party myself just to give it a go. Did we reach? Yeah, we got the 10 that we needed. One thing that I've learned while trying to put together this ranking video for these different class quests is I really should, right after I end stream, just immediately get to work and to chop out the relevant bits, because I'm having to search through all these old streams trying to find all the little bits and pieces of the stream that are interesting and relevant and what have you. And it is a time-consuming affair. Let's see, so we got our malachite, so we needed, which one was it? It was pond mussel. Pond mussel. Okay. Okay. The fishing log. Why? Guide. On the mussel. We already have one? Oh, we already have one. So let's go ahead and head back to New Gridania. I don't think they would have dropped. I don't see anything in the mine Discord about this party here. Take provisions. It's malachite. It's pond mussel. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Mooching, that's where you throw the fish back. So go ahead and head back to Ul'dah. Oh, there's where the drunk is. Okay. Adalberta has a mind to teach you about materia. Ah, I hear you passed the vice woman's test. Well done. Never doubted that you'd manage it, but I'm proud of you, all the same. Tell me, did Deep Canyon have any words of advice for you by any chance? You see, in case you're wondering, the vice foreman used to be a miner himself. More than that, he used to be my mentor. My father was a miner too, but he died in a cave-in when I was but a child. The guild's been as a home to me since. Its members my family. I grew up here, watching girls sing and dance on that very stage. I even joined them for a while. It seemed the best way to please my adopted family. Didn't want to become a miner back then. For what happened to my father, I could scarcely face the thought of spending a moment underground. Mind a lifetime. Not that the stage suited me much better. Left what exactly? Having been surrounded by miners for as long as I could remember, I began to wonder if I truly belonged among them. I even considered leaving. It was then that one of the guild's brightest and best took me by the hand and showed me the joys of mining. I speak, of course, of Deep Canyon. He taught me everything I knew. It was a great deal. The more I learned of mining, the closer I felt to my father. I owe a lot to Deep Canyon, despite how things turned out. But I'm rambling, and told me to tell you that the man knows what he's talking about. When it comes to mining, at least. Now it's high time I taught you something. You're here to learn, after all. Concerns the Vice Foreman's advice for you. He speaks true. A miner who neglects his gear can't hope to work to his full potential. In the past, if you wanted to improve your gear, you had little choice but to replace it. These days, we have materia. Your confused expression, I take it you're not familiar with this stuff. Well then, I reckon the lesson is in order. Simply put, materia is a kind of crystal that enhances the properties of equipment it's attached to. The attachment process is fairly simple, but that wasn't always the case. Time was, you needed substances called catalysts. Digging up the stuff once formed a healthy part of a miner's workday. Now, even though no one needs catalysts anymore, there's still educational merit in the gathering. To that end, you want to try your hand at mining a variety of it, namely grade 1 carbonized matter. 15 fragments ought to do it. You'll have the best luck searching around at Neville's checkpoint. Over in the middle of Nosha. Oh, and you'll most definitely need your sledgehammer. I'm talking? Am I missing a conversation? No. Joined up and then bailed. Okay. They said middle Lenosha. Middle Lenosha. The Neville's checkpoint. I think that's this little thing over here. Oh, there it is. Where the hell is this rock? The voiceover recording is going well. I can only have 3 more classes that I need to record. You can't really hear it that well, but there is a, if you've paid attention to the streams before, you've probably heard the train, so I gotta work around that. How goes your search for carbonized matter? Don't forget it's 15 fragments I want. We read that before. Ah, precisely 15 fragments of grade 1 carbonized matter. Well done, Em. Now I expect you're keen to learn about materia. Well, the first thing I should tell you is that it's not been around for long, in Eorzea at least. Knowledge of its use only came to our shore a few years back. The process of enhancing equipment goes something like this. First you take well-worn gear and extract materia from it. Don't ask me how. You then take that materia and attach it to the item you want to enhance. It's this procedure, known as melding, that once required catalysts like the kind you brought me. I should mention at this point that the actual task of melding is something that only skilled disciples of the hand should attempt. It's weavers, goldsmiths, and so on. These people used to depend on us disciples of the land to supply them with catalysts. Then catalyst-free melding was discovered, and we lost not a small source of work. That's just the process for you, and I try to be happy for it. Now, there's various kinds of materia, each offering unique benefits. And as I'm sure you've guessed, some of them can be exceedingly useful to miners. It's these which I recommend you seek out. Once you've found a materia you like, just need a friendly disciple of the hand to do the melding for you. I'm sure there's one among your acquaintances. I think I have the work gloves. Alberta needs you to take on the work of an indisposed guild member. You couldn't have come at a better time. One of our number has been taken ill, and I need someone to handle the work assigned to him. Tell me, are you familiar with effervescent water? Alchemists use it to make a substance called natron. Bakers use natron for leavening, that is, raising dough. Without it, there'll be no ginger cookies, crumpets, blood currant tarts. As you may have gathered, I'm fond of the odd sweet or three. Of course, effervescent waters is good for more than just bacon. Some miners ask for a drop of it in their drinks. Makes the stronger stuff that bit more refreshing, you see. And let me tell you, there's nothing better to wash away the dust of a hard day's mining. Now, you didn't come here to hear my thoughts on food and drink. You came here to learn about mining. So you shall, by procuring some effervescent water for me. Ackman's Guild needs 15 bottles of the stuff, and urgently. They couldn't have stressed that enough. One I can make out, they themselves are scrambling to fulfill an urgent order from Natron, from the Bismarck in Limsa Limensa. It's one of Eorzea's finest restaurants, in case you didn't know. Anyway, you'd best get going. You'll need to work fast to make up for all the time I wasted chattering about sweets and grog. Oh, and you have your best luck mining around Busker and Scar, over in the Black Shroud. Yeah, now I remember. We tried looking up that stuff when we were here earlier. I think I didn't have my hammer yet. Sneak. I've learned from this little experiment that I've been doing with streaming and the such is the streaming part of it is 100% the least stressful part. Or really the least stressful is not the word I'm thinking of. It's the least, it's the most not work. Right, I'm just sort of playing a game when you're streaming. Sure, it'd be different if, you know, I had a massive crowd that I had to try to keep interested, but really the streaming part of this is I just felt like I needed, if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't be sure I would have the motivation to go through this. Especially in the thorough way that I'm trying to do. So I'm here. Let's go and grab this other bit. Here. Finally got auto sneak. Back to Ulda. What does it say we need? We need 2 healers. Got one. Let me take a look since we're almost there. Let me just double check. Normal raids. Prog Reborn. Binding coil. Turn 5. Tanya. Sure. All 3 ads are dead. Old ass. Guide. I don't know how useful it's gonna be. All I know is there's like a spot that you can stand at that just avoids all the nonsense. 15 bottles of effervescent water, quick as you can. Remember, you'll like to find it in Busker and Scar, over in Gridania's South Shroud. Naturally sparkling water, a bottle at the source. Right in the nick of time. I think, Sam. I'll see to it that these are sent over immediately. But before I do, I should probably expand a bit on what we're talking about earlier. Specifically, the part about mixing spirits with effervescent water. See, I wasn't lying when I told you a lot of folk find the combination refreshing. It is refreshing. In fact, adding a bit of bubbly water makes the stuff go down so easy, you'll have to be careful not to drink yourself under the table. I said this partly for your own good, and partly because the lad whose task you just took care of wasn't careful. Daft Sod threw up right where you're standing. But it didn't end there. When he then slipped in his own puke and split his head open on the bar on his way down. Suffice to say, he won't be working for a while. Thankfully, you took up the slack, and all's well with the guild once more. I could do with a few more like you, Em. Keep up the good work you hear. Yeah, the shirt. Ready? Now, fishing. At Fisherman's Guild. Sisipu would have you learn a new technique. You're familiar with the Culinarians Guild, aren't you? You couldn't tell by its supercilious name? Their members are a finicky bunch, particularly the fussy. Blah 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 blah. Let's abandon the quest so we can read that again later. Oop. We're fighting on the big hand. This is going rather more smoothly than I expected. Indeed convenient to have a hero on hand. Gods, if the cavern should open up again, even at this depth. This resembles a finger. As it should. This is Bahamut's hand. As with the wings, it seems to be frozen, and for that I count my blessings. But again, I find myself wondering how I was able to retain its physical form. I'd assumed the Bahamut's reversion to ether was the cause of the widespread changes out to the realm, but if he's still here, then that theory no longer holds. Forgot what I had for Alice's voice. What was it then that brought about the realm's sudden regeneration? There's still so much we don't know about Cardinal. I haven't the slightest inkling how deep these caverns run, but we must continue. Murdered. Now we're close to LB3. I think it should be fine. Yeah. Right. Boom, boom. Oh no, we need to get on one of these things. Oh, I moved. I moved. Live. Topical. Bail out. Bum, rum, bum, bum, rum, bum, bum. Alright, we lived. Waiting for our bones to go down. Murked. Probably got it this time. Oh, fuck. Hey, we did it. Pass on thunder. Cool, cool, cool. Is that really the end? Activate the lift? God. This contraption, it is used to control the saturation of the ether. I suppose there's only one way to find out. The dragon you vanquished earlier, doubtless you noticed that peculiar contraption around its neck. It was likely a receptor of some description. used to enslave the creature. Ancient Alag possessed means to control dragons, it would seem. The Ishgardians would kill for this knowledge, though to be sure, it could as easily be brought to bear against them. An army of dragons could turn the tide of any battle, as the Garleans once learned to their sorrow. Not be at least a bit surprised if they now sought to exploit this power. Whatever their plans, this serves as another reminder of the might of the Allagans. One cannot help but wonder how so advanced a civilization came to fall. So this would have been before Crystal Tower, so they wouldn't have known. Gods be good. This is Bahamut's head. And that enormous crystal, it pulsates as if it were a heart. And the primal that had awakened was Bahamut all this time? And the primal that had awakened was Bahamut all this time? No, this cannot be true. This would mean that grandfather died for naught. Confounded, we don't know enough to strike at it now. We must withdraw. Who's that? No, can't be. Grandfather? Is it truly you? And pull back so you don't see him walking over on air. No, don't leave me again. Please. Grandfather. I know. We can do no more for now. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I can't jump down. We don't see Papa over there. This looks like... How did it come to be in northern Fanland of all places? But such details matter little. Grandfather's alive, Em. Muhammad did not defeat him. Why won't he return to us? I don't understand. This expedition has yielded more questions than it did answers. At any rate, we would both be better for a rest. Let us return to the waking sands and reflect upon what we've seen. Thank you, Em. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Dalamud's Talons. Let's see, we did pick up chest coffer. We won the chest gear coffer. And we won the bow. It was 95 for the chest gear. I'm gonna give that to the warrior. I'm gonna give that to nobody. We'll figure it out later. You wanted me to go back to the Waking Sands? Surprising there's no, like, quest. Anything new to say, Alphino? There's Alice. Let's go ahead and mend up before we get too much further. I'm pleased to see you again, Em. I've already shared the fruits of our expedition with Urianger. Let us together ponder their implications. Okay. Alizé's Pledge, I'm pretty sure is the next quest along the line. Probably quest Primal Awakening. Next quest is Alizé's Pledge, which is still 2.0. Urianger would speak with you regarding your experience inside the binding coil. Full glad am I for thy safe return. Lady Alizé hath appraised me of thy many experiences. As thou wilt doubtlessly be aware, Master Louis Soir was my lady's grandsire. Gravely concerned was I for her safety, but 'twould seem I need not have been so. With all my heart I do thank thee for watching over her. But come, thou must speak with Mistress Alizé upon that which transpired within the binding coil. May it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. Shall we begin then? Urianger, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us. Aye, my lady. Even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening primal activity was observed. In Mordona was it first marked. By comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origin, the Cartano Flats. Strange. There have been no reports of primal activity in the region. It could have only been Bahamut. It would certainly explain how we came to be in northern Thanlan. Somehow that cavern took us all the way from Vilbrin to the heart of Aldenard. Would seem so, my lady. It is all but certain, then. After Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Cartano, and has since lain dormant, regenerating. Aye, my lady, taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued presence, the land's slowness to heal, and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzea's life force, till he doth waken to rain ruin upon the land. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up. Bahamut may still live, but so too does Grandfather. For the past 5 years, he's been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Master Louis Swa doth yet live. Durst? I fret durst, not hope. Thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine all too sorely felt grief. I know how desperate this may sound, Ariange, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, as did him. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had a chance to speak. Two more like fragments of Dalamud pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen, but if we can find the other 2, I'm certain we will find Grandfather as well. If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have faith. If it please you, I shall notify the grand companies of this development. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. That would not be necessary, Ariange. Being the great conciliator that he is, Alphino will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well underway. So let us leave the diplomacy to the diplomat, while we continue our investigation of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather and uncover the whole truth of the calamity. You have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. Truth is down there. Completed Alize's pledge, and let me just double check. That's the end. Yeah, the next one seems to be another turn in the coil, which is 2.2. We have a whole extra set of a whole patch to get through before we're back in coils. Anything new to say? Alize back? Nope. Alrighty, let's head back to Limsa. Oh, grab that. Definitely gonna need to chop out the coils bits from here. Net, Fisherman's Guild. Try this again. You're familiar with the Culinarians Guild, aren't you, Em? If you couldn't tell by its supercilious name, their members are a finicky bunch, particularly the fussy Master Lin. So when he comes asking for a shadow catfish, no other fish will do, Even if I kindly explain, the fishing one out involves an arduous journey to Fallgourd Float, followed by grueling labor. Naturally, I thought of you for the task. This will likely require a bit of fish wheeling, if you know what I mean. Though I imagine you do not, as I just invented the word. It means recasting a fish you just caught as bait for a yet larger fish. In my wisdom, I've deemed that your fishing prowess, land-faring acumen, and physical presence directly in front of me qualify you as the ideal candidate for the job. I have no doubts you'll be more than amply capable of fish wheeling, or any other new terms I see fit to conjure up for that matter. Simply use crayfish balls to catch a striped goby, then recast that to catch the shadow catfish. Take it from the inventor of fish wheeling. Since the striped goby will become your lure, you'll want to catch the biggest, shiniest one you can find. A long journey lies ahead of you, and I fear the guild will not be the same in your absence. However, I choose to think of it as not losing a friend, but gaining a shadow catfish. Good luck. They said I need crayfish balls. They said it was at Fallgourd Float. And then they said I'm supposed to grab a goby. Striped goby, mooching that bad boy. And we immediately got it. The best fisherman to ever live. I'll say you can call me the old man in the sea, but didn't the old man in the sea lose the fish? To find the catfish you seek at Fallgourd Float in North Shroud. Mayhap it's a tad presumptuous to say you will find one, but that's where they are at any rate. A large whiskered catfish that can be found in the calm marshes of the Black Shroud. Leonardo cracks a smile when he glimpses this beauty. They say never to look a gift fish in the mouth, but one can't help but stare at that gaping grimace. It's like it could swallow a person whole. I'm sure the fish of Gridania are none too displeased to see this one leave the water. I heard that Yarzans coven the fish too, sometimes migrating north and attacking fishermen in hopes of stealing the catch. Suppose I should have warned you about that ahead of time. Still, I don't see what all the fuss is about. For all the links one need travel and dangers one need brave, the fish tastes better than mud. Tastes little better than mud. Pardon me, but perhaps I might persuade you to prepare them in a proper bath. Water washes off the waste you can wipe away, but the invisible vapors only vanish with vinegar. Just mind the mud you can't see. Speaking of mud, can't see, where did you come out all of a sudden? A good guild master gusts in and goes out a gale. Now you see me, now you don't. Actually, I think we're both still see you right here. Actually, I think we both still see you standing right there. But that is neither here nor there, Em. There are a few fishermen who could haul in a catch as you did today. Frankly, I've started to wonder how we ever got along without you. The gloves. Yeah, I'll go the gloves. Alrighty, so I think that means that we are exhausted of both. How much further do we need for fish? Fish is going to take a bit. I think we might just call it here, do a short little stream. That'll give me the opportunity to switch back to my home world, and next stream we can finish off. Botanist, and continue on with our gathering here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to give a like to the stream as you head on out, that'd be greatly appreciative. Helps a ton with the algorithm. Also, if you'd like to know the next time that I go live, you can obviously subscribe to the channel and get those go live notifications. You can also join up in the community Discord. Again, !Discord in the chat, or check out the link in the video description below for that Discord invite link. Okay, so today we got through turn 5, so that's another thing down on our checklist. Speaking of the checklist, let me see if I can pull it up. Mark it off. Where are we? Prog Reborn checklist. Finding Coil of Bahamut. Right, we still have to do the guild hests, and I still have to start a free company, and then I still have to do all these hand and land jobs. So we still have quite a bit in 2.0, but we are so much closer. I think we're also, I think I said I was going to do this last time, but we're also going to start picking up those those disciple of the hand jobs. I always have to put an so I'm not saying hand job, so that we could take advantage of the supply and provisioning missions to help level them up. Those are definitely going to take a bit to get through. But yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you the next time I see you.